Welcome to this short video where we will review the New York State Ed Computer Science and Digital Fluency Standards around the grade band of kindergarten and first grade. The link that you see at the bottom of your screen is for the State Ed website to be able to take a look at the standards in their PDFs. The first area we're going to take a look at today is impacts of computing, and impacts of computing can be broken down into four sub-concept areas. The first sub-concept area is society, where we're talking about how we have laws and ways that we structure our home, our education, and our communities around the technology that we have. The second one is ethics, where we're talking about the building and the algorithms that we put together and thinking about the unintended or intended impacts it could have on our society. Then there is accessibility, where we're thinking about the design of the technology that we have and making sure that it's accessible for everyone. And then finally, we have career paths, where we're taking a look at the different fields of computer science. What we're going to do is take a real quick overview of the standards. We're going to look at it through the activity books, but you certainly can go to the link on that first page of the slide deck if you'd like to look at them from the State Ed perspective. On this page, you do have the State Ed examples as your first QR code, the Wakelet collection, which is going to give you more resources in the center code, and then a link to the activity books that you can click anywhere on this page to access. When you come out to the activity books, we're going to click on this first book because it's for kindergarten and first grade. And what we're going to do is go to the table of contents on the first page, click impacts of computing, and it's going to bring you to the concept area of impacts of computing. The four sub-concept areas will be listed as well. And then I'll show you how to read the pages here. We have the concept area of impacts of computing, the sub-concept area of society, then the actual standard. Identify and discuss how tasks are accomplished with and without computing technology. Inside the blue box is going to be a clarifying statement, and at the bottom you're going to see the examples that educators across the state put together to showcase what this standard could look like in action. You're not required to do these examples, but they do give you a good foundation as far as what we're looking for when you're rolling these standards into your classroom. You might want to pause the video and take a quick peek at those. After the examples, if you click the arrow, you're going to be taken to some resources. So these are activities that we've thought statewide could actually fit these standards very well with some of the tech tools that we use. Here you see BrainPop and Nearpod, but you're going to see different ones as you peruse through the book. The next standard is sub-concept area society IC2, which is identify and explain classroom and home rules related to computing technologies. Again, you have your clarifying statement and your examples, but really we're thinking about we have rules in our classroom. We want to make sure that we have rules for using technology as well. You'll see some examples, and then we'll move on to ethics, which is the next sub-concept area. Here you're talking about identifying what is computing technology. And then we're moving into identifying our public and private spaces. We're thinking about how we share and how we access information. When we move on to accessibility, you might notice that there's a jump in number. So we were on 4, but there is no 5 for the K-1 level. So you have one less standard you have to worry about here. But for accessibility, you want to think about how we interact with our computing devices and how they help us. And then finally, we have career paths, where we're thinking about the multiple jobs that use computing technologies. So take a moment and look through all of the different activities and resources as you start to identify what it is you already do in your classroom to cover these standards.